Hi friends, in this video I am going to gift you a list of the most important, the least number of books which is required to crack the UPSC Prelims Examination 2025. And for that guys, I am going to briefly do the source analysis of the Prelims 2024 question paper, and through that I am going to list the only most important books. Guys, let me tell you that there are more than 50 books. If you include all the NCERT books, all the standard books, the number of books will go more than 50. You know, most of the students who do not crack the prelims examination even after preparing for 1 year or 2 years is because they are not able to revise what they read. And why they are not able to revise? Because they are reading a lot of books which may not be necessary to crack the prelims examination. Guys, this list is prepared on the philosophy less is more. Here I am going to gift you a list of very minimum books, 7 to 8 books, which if you master properly, you can crack the prelims examination 2025 very easily. And I am going to prove you this with logic, with scientific analysis of 2024 paper. So guys, this is the 2024 subject wise analysis. There were 15 questions from polity, 18 questions from geography, 12 questions from history, 15 questions from environment, 14 questions from economy, 13 questions from science and tech, and 13 questions from IR schemes and miscellaneous. So guys, if you go through the questions, all the 100 questions, one thing which you can easily infer. What is that inference? That 15 out of 15 questions, okay, 15 out of 15 questions, if you had mastered only one book, just one source, M. Lakshmikant, you could have solved 15 out of 15 questions. Okay, so out of all the subjects, one subject which you need to master first and one book which you need to master first is the M. Lakshmikant book, because this is the most rewarding. There is one more subject where also most of the questions have come from the NCERTs, and there are limited NCERTs, but still there you need to read 2-3 books. Here you need to read only one book and you could have got 15 questions. Okay, so guys, the cutoff was around 93 marks, so around 46 to 47 questions. And guys, remember, 15 questions you could have got easily from just one book. So that is the first book. Here like this, I am going to gift you entire list of only 7 to 8 books. Just next 15 minutes you will get this list. Okay, why? Because guys, what happens is that if you start reading multiple number of sources, multiple number of books, in the end you are unable to revise, and that's the reason even after doing a lot of hard work you do not get very good scores. Guys, I'm telling you from my own experience of scoring the highest marks in the prelims examination. Okay, by reading only limited sources multiple number of times, you can score very high marks. Okay, do not run after multiple resources. Second guys, 18 questions were from geography, and here also guys, let me tell you that most of the questions, 90% of the questions, means more than 15 questions, were directly from the NCERTs. And that too guys, you need to read only 2 NCERTs for geography also. Physical geography book, class 11th, fundamentals of physical geography, and Indian physical environment, class 11th book. Only these 2 books. Okay, there are more number of books. There is human geography, there is economic geography, then there is class 9th book, there is class 10th book, class 8th book, 7-6 book. But if you want to read limited number of books from where maximum questions are coming, guys, these are the 2 NCERT books only for geography. These 2 books I am talking about. See, again and again I am saying, here I am going to give you the minimum list. If you want to read the minimum and still want to crack the prelims examination. Guys, for all other subjects like IR and schemes, science and tech, economy, environment, the questions were not from the standard books. Okay, most of the questions I'm talking about. You will get 1 or 2 questions even from science and tech came from the NCERTs, but hardly 1 question. In economy also hardly 2-3 questions. Most of the questions were of current dimension or contemporary dimension, which you will not find in standard books. So that is why guys, if you want to read books, which are the books which you need to crack the prelims examination? So I have given you 3 books. First is the M. Lakshmikant, second is the Physical Geography book NCERT class 11th, and the Indian Physical Geography or Indian Physical Environment class 11. These are the 3 books. Next, coming to history, guys, coming to history, this is like the most toughest and demanding subject. Why? Because guys, there are many books. Okay, if you count all the NCERTs and the old NCERTs and no new NCERTs, old NCERT plus new NCERT. Some people also read the Tamil Nadu textbook. So there are more than 10 books. And it is literally very tiring to read all these 10 books, and many students, they suffer here. But let me give you a unique strategy. So guys, out of these 12 questions, you will see there were 4 to 5 questions which directly came from the NCERTs. Okay, so which are those NCERTs which we read? Then at least we will be able to manage 4 or 5 questions, means 50% of the questions in history. Because even if you read all these 12 to 13 history books, you will not be able to solve 12 out of 12 history questions. So your approach towards history should be, let me give minimum input and try to extract maximum number of questions. Guys, in UPSC examination, let me tell you from my experience of cracking 6 out of 6 prelims, you need not solve 100 out of 100 questions. Let me tell you, this is the score. You can see here 144.6. Here also I left around 4 to 5 questions. In the exam I left. I only attempted 95 questions. Here you can see again 140 marks around. Here also I left around 7 questions in exam. I did not attempt also. Still I got 144. You see, UPSC exam you need not solve everything. You need to just clear the cutoff. And you need to choose your battle. You need to choose your subject where you are strong, where with least effort you get the maximum questions. So guys, for history, what is my suggestion is that you read this old NCERT books, Ancient India, old NCERT book, Medieval India, and you read the Spectrum for Modern India. Read only these 3 books. Okay. But I'm not complete. Let me tell you something more. And what you do for the new NCERTs, what you do, you cover the boxes and the images and questions at the back. So at the back of every chapter, you will have some questions, 2-3 questions, prelims questions, mains question, and in every chapter you will have some boxes. In boxes, the most important highlight of the chapter is mentioned. And guys, I have analyzed the last 5 years of history questions in the prelims examination. Most of the questions which are coming from the new NCERT are taken from the images or the boxes. So read only these 3 books for history: old NCERT Ancient, old NCERT Medieval, and the Spectrum book. And from the new NCERT, just prepare the boxes, images, and questions at the back. That's it. Guys, again I'm saying this is the minimum list which I'm going to gift you to crack the prelims examination 2025 in the most easiest manner. Less is more. If you want to read less and you want to revise more, then stick to this list. This is a very scientific list. I have prepared. Next, coming to, so these are the 3 subjects now which are static oriented. So that's why you see I have kept these 3 subjects together. So here are books playing an important role. Okay, in these 3 subjects, books play an important role. More you read, more you get the score in the exam. But here, if you see these 4 subjects, okay, IR, science, eco, and environment, questions are more current oriented. Most of the questions, if you see here, are current oriented. So here reading books will help, but what will help more is mastering current affairs. If you master current affairs, then only you can score well in economy, environment, science and tech, and IR. So here reading any traditional sources will not help much. But here also there are some minimum sources. If you read, you can score very high marks. Okay. So for environment, what is that minimum source? So many people, they read, okay, the famous book, okay, two books are there. I hope you know this. Okay. But what my suggestion is that rather than reading that, you read this NCERT ecology unit, class 12th biology book, NCERT ecology unit. There are 4 chapters here. Read these 4 chapters. This is more than enough to score any question which are basic questions from environment, because most of the questions in environment will be current oriented. That anyways you will not be able to solve if you read any coaching institute book also. So better is to first master these 4 NCERT chapters, which are hardly around 30 to 40 pages, rather than reading a 300 or 400 pages book. First you master this, because I get lot of requests, sir, please help us in environment, I'm not able to read the book. Okay, please help us in environment, I'm not able to complete it, it is too bulky. So what my suggestion is, just read the NCERT, these 4 chapters properly. And I'm not, obviously guys, out of this 15 questions which came, maybe 1 or 2 questions directly came from this NCERT. But even if you have read those books also, which are very bulky, there also guys, since the questions are current oriented, the books are very good. Let me again reiterate, the books are very good. The environment books which most of the students read, they are very good books, well written books, well researched books. But the problem is the questions which are coming in this section is current dimension. So here your current affairs knowledge is very important. Here I would like to tell you that every weekend I am taking one session, which is map based session, where I am discussing species and their protected area. Okay. Next is economy. Economy also guys, questions are contemporary or current oriented. Very few questions you will get which are like directly taken from the book. Okay. But here also guys, one book, Indian economy book, read this properly. And if you want to read, you can read the class 12th macroeconomy book also. Macroeconomy book also, hardly some 40 pages. Okay, so these 2 books, if you read properly, your economy basics will be done. Again, I am saying out of this 14 questions which came in economy, maybe only 2 or 3 questions directly came from the book. Others were contemporary events or current affairs. So economy also guys, current affairs plays a very, very important role. You cannot just rely on books. You have to read current affairs. You have to master current affairs. Next, for science and tech guys, I would like to request every one of you that here, even if you leave all books and just read current affairs, that would be more than enough. But if you want to read, then read the biotech section of the NCERT. Biotech section, hardly 2-3 chapters. Okay, hardly 2 chapters. So that is more than enough. Okay, 2 chapters. Okay, 2 chapters. If you are part of my Lakshya, I have given you those chapters also. I have given you the link of those chapters also. You can download from the NCERT website and you can read them. For IRN scheme, it is completely current affairs. Completely current affairs, no need of any book. No need of any book, just read Coaching Institute magazines. You can read our IIR compilations also. Again, I am saying every weekend I am taking one current affairs class on places in news. That is more than enough to solve any question coming from IIR places in news. So you can see here this area, these 4 subjects, books will not help. Current affairs will help. These 3 subjects, your static knowledge is going to help. Your static books are going to help. But do not read all the books. Just be very choosy. Like for polity, read Lakshmikant. For geography, you read these 2 books. For environment, you read this. For economy, you read this. And for history, you read this. So guys, I have framed very high quality NCERT tests on all these books. All these books I have prepared. Please do solve this NCERT and the standard static test. This will help you to master these books. This is my Telegram ID. You can contact me if you want these tests. Guys, again I am saying, practicing is very important, because practicing will give you the confidence. Because see, just reading will never give you confidence. If reading good give confidence, then all the 5th and 6th attempt people will be overconfident, because they are reading for last 5 years. But you will see generally 5th and 6th attempt people are less confident, and first attempt people are more confident. Why? Because it is about less of knowledge, more of practice and application of knowledge. And application of knowledge you will only learn by practice. Practice more number of questions, practice high quality questions. Guys, I have cracked the exam 6 out of 6 times, prelims exam, and I have the expertise of guessing questions. Okay, every year I am guessing a lot of questions. Make use of my predicted questions. This is going to boost your marks by at least 20-30 marks, and you are going to clear the cutoff next year very easily. Guys, if you like this video, please do consider liking this and sharing this with your friends who are preparing for civil services. And guys, consider subscribing to this channel. Many people are watching but not subscribing. Next video, if you subscribe, you will be intimated and you can watch it as early as I upload. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care and God bless you.